But, we're excited to get this thing kicked off Thursday. It's been a pretty good process for us, being here for the past 9 months of just kind of figuring out the lay of the land, figuring out our personnel, and getting to where we get to our installations and start building a culture throughout the course of summer and fall camp. So made a lot of strides as a team. Still got a lot of work to do, but, really pleased with the buy-in right now and where these guys are going. So obviously we got a tough test as our opener with Texas A&M, and, looking forward to a national TV game on Thursday night, which will be a lot of great publicity for and exposure for our university and our football program. So, it's that time of the camp where I think we're all ready to go hit somebody else besides of going up against ourselves every single day.
Thank you, Coach. As a reminder to our media, to star one to get in the queue to ask questions. Our first questions come from Chip Howard with KZNE Radio. Chip, please go ahead.
Jake, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Most times we hear coaches say, this is just another game, but this cannot be just another game as your debut as a head coach and coming back to Texas A&M.
Yeah, it's actually kind of going to be a surreal moment for me because A&M was the place where I got my first opportunity to call plays, and as a young coach and learned a lot and grew up a lot, and it's going to be a surreal moment for me to go back to the place where it kind of really all started for me. But as a coach, you kind of enjoy the setting, beforehand, and then when the ball gets kicked off, you get it back into play and just focus on the task at hand. But, I think there's a lot of excitement, with our program right now and a lot of good energy and buzz, and I think it's going to be a pretty fun game for everybody.
If anyone could explain to their team the atmosphere they're coming into, it would be you. What will you tell your team to prepare for Thursday night?
Yeah, I told them all this will be the loudest stadium you guys ever play in. There's a reason why they call it the 12th man. And it is one of the best home field advantages out there, probably one of the best venues in college football. And I told these kids that communication has to be at a premium. We have to over-communicate because it's going to be something that we really can't simulate on how loud this is going to be. But, I told the kids to enjoy the moment. It's why you play the game, to play in atmospheres like this. So, and like you said, it is a very tough to simulate, and you just got to explain to these kids about how it is a production from the second you walk into that stadium through all the pregame routines and with the marching and the Aggies fight chant and the Saw Varsity's horns off. There's just a lot of great traditions. Try not to get too distracted about it. Enjoy the moment and make sure that we're focused at the task at hand.
Thanks, Jake.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Chip. And our next questions come from Whitney Hayworth with the Sunbelt Vision Network. Whitney, please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to watching you guys on Thursday night. And one player in particular for you guys that I think will be exciting to watch would be quarterback Tyler Vitt. What have you seen from him in this off season and into fall camp to have him, kind of take the lead for you guys?
Yeah, I've seen this kid take a lot of strides as a quarterback. We're pretty quarterback heavy in our offense. We put a lot of things on the quarterback's shoulders, and he's just been a guy that's shown up to work every single day and continually gets better. So I love that part of him. But really the deciding factor to go with Tyler was his ability to galvanize the locker room. He's just got this toughness to him, and he's got this leadership ability that these guys want to, run through a wall for him. And I think that's something to be said for the kid on just how he's consistently showing up to work and getting better. But, these kids actually voted him for a lot of them. He got a lot of votes for team captain, and that kind of just shows you what they think of him. And to us, it was a pretty close quarterback battle, and we wanted to go with the kid that actually has the team behind him right now.
And just one more from me on the other side of the ball, defensively, a lot of leaders, a lot of older leaders as well. What's impressed you on that side of the ball this offseason?
kind of like what you're saying, like we have a lot of experience on that side of the ball, and they've been through a lot together. You know, you got a lot of 6-year seniors, 5th-year seniors, and 4th-year seniors. You know, it's a pretty unique group that have been together, been through a lot, like in terms of some have been through 3 head coaching changes, 4 defensive coordinators, and some have had 5 position coaches. So it just shows you just kind of the resiliency of that group. They kind of stay tight and stay together throughout all the transition of college football, and still put a product out there that is, you know, the side of the football that we're going to lean on. You know, you talk about the defense and how strong they are and how much they play together, but you also look at those body types. It actually helps out special teams tremendously too. So that whole side of the ball is going to be what we're going to lean on really for this entire season.
Thank you very much. Good luck on Thursday and the rest of the season.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, Whitney. And we have time for one more. We'll go to Travis Brown with the Eagle. Travis, please go ahead.
Hi, Coach. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing all right?
Doing well. Hey, I know Kellen Mond was the guy that you were involved in recruiting. I think you said you were the guy that ended up offering him. Well, what did you see from him then that you really liked, and how have you seen him develop when you're watching the film?
Yeah, he's a fun player to watch. You know, he can do it all. You know, the thing that is probably most impressive to me is how big he's gotten. You know, the profile of his body. He's just a good-looking kid out there. You know, and he carries himself with a lot of confidence. But you know, you see how he manages the game. He's not afraid to sit in there and hold on to the ball and take a shot if it's necessary for a big play. But he's also got this unique ability to make plays with his feet. But it's been fun watching him follow his career because, you know, we did offer him that when he was a sophomore at San Antonio Reagan before he went off to IMG. It was just you saw the potential. You saw where that kid, you know, where he could potentially take, you know, Texas A&M, and I think he is a consistent starter for them. And, you know, I think Coach Fisher's probably going to be pleased with how this kid's been playing and how he is really one of the leaders of that team.